guys, it is Deb with Art and Grace. How is everybody today? Welcome to the Best Creatives Craftathon. It's been so fun. I've caught a lot of them and I hope you guys have too. And then tomorrow afternoon I hope to catch the ones that I haven't gotten to see the whole thing. But hopefully you guys have had the time to just sit and relax and watch. I have tried to cram way too much into my Saturday, as I usually do. Don't we all kind of, on Saturday it's laundry and it's running errands and it's catching up on the things we didn't have time to do during the week. So it's been kind of crazy, but let me know if you're here. And I'm going to pull up my comments on my laptop, and that's why I look down, because I can't see them on my phone. So bear with me when I look down, and I'm not looking directly at you, but I'm just wanting to see here if anybody's popped on live and how you're doing. So if somebody would say hey, looks like I'm in the right group, but I don't see anybody, so I'm just making sure. Oh, good. I see a comment on my phone. Hey, Linda, I'm so happy you're here. Yay, awesome. Okay, well, guys, hopefully at least people will be able to catch the replay if they don't pop on with us live, right? So we're here, and I'm here to show you a cute little, hi, Anna. Good afternoon. Hi, April. I'm so glad y'all popped on. Thank you. So I'm here to show you guys a cute little wood craft. I love to use these wood slices. So this is just a awesome quality wood slice. I order these at Michael's typically, but Hobby Lobby carries them as well, and so does Amazon. But it'll say Basswood Country Round, at least the ones for Michael's do. And let me show you up close if you want a screenshot. Let me be sure that tag is in the picture. And I just love using them. So they come packaged like this, nice and in a protective cover. And I was going to let you know that they send you what they have. So I'll order maybe 10 at a time when they're on sale. And you might get one round, you might get one oval, you know, you just kind of get what they give you. But I love that because different projects require different shapes. So I might want to use it this way and put a truck, or this way like I'm going to do today for the Beehive. So they're really cool to paint on if you haven't tried it. Just base coat your wood slice with either gesso or white paint or something, you know, that you have extra of, so that not all of your paint is going to just soak into the wood when you put it down. And also it'll make your colors more vibrant. So, hey guys, I'm so glad you ladies are popping on. Hi, Debbie. I am early for me because the schedule says 5:30 and my brain thinks Central Time, always Central Time, and it's 5:30 Eastern. So yes, I'm kind of early for me, but it is 5:30 Eastern. Hi, Becky. And it is 4:30 here in Texas. So anyway, I'm glad you ladies are popping on. And some of you may have seen me paint on wood slices because I do love this medium. I paint a lot on canvas and I get tired of it sometimes. Where's, you know, I was going to show you some of the canvas stuff. There's the little bike I just did last night. Let me grab it. It's right behind me. So I love painting on canvas. I think it's super fun. But you know, you get so many canvases, and I think the wood slices make really great gifts. So, and this would be perfect on that oval. So you could take that bike and put it onto this, and how cute would that be? And then you just hang it and put a cute bow if you want to. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do, and that way, you know, maybe this will be new to somebody and they can do it as well. So pull up a comfy chair. Hi, is it Ilya? Sorry, my eyes are not so good when I'm looking far away. And you're from Texas. Awesome. What part? I'm in Fort Worth / Burleson, right on the line. So we say North Central Texas. So glad you ladies are here. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and kind of get started. I'm going to go through all the steps just like anybody else would, so they can see good. So they can see, you know, all the steps. And does anybody want to give me suggestions for the background? Because I've done at least 2 of these with the blue. Should we do a different color for the background? Maybe hot pink, or what do y'all think? Y'all just let me know. And I'm going to pull out here my put a rag in my lap so I don't, if I spill. Eagle Pass Border Town. Okay, well, so glad you're here. Thanks for watching. So the first thing I do, I'll print something out that I want to do, and you can create it and create in Procreate, or there's other programs. I'm so sorry, my window's open and kids are going right by. It's just such a beautiful day here, and I love to have my window open when it's pretty. It's just so much more fun to create. Let me be sure y'all can see, and hopefully y'all are giving me color suggestions. So I want to be sure y'all can see. It looks like you can. So I'll just kind of line it up. I am not a fussy painter. I kind of just love to eyeball things and not, if it's a gift, I'll be fussy, but not, otherwise I won't. So let me see. So just kind of, you can do this with your paper, or you can cut it out, but I just eyeball it and then just start tracing. And you can use a pencil or a stylus or whatever you want to use. If you use a stylus like this one, it doesn't hurt your paper at all. After a while, the pen will even go through your paper if you use it a lot as a tracer. But if anybody wants this tracer, just put in the comments here, tracer, and we'll get it to you. I believe it's in this group already. And of course I have it, so we'll get it to you if you haven't already gotten it. This is a little bit different design, but like I said, since I've done two, I'm doing this little different shape than the other ones I've done. But feel free to do, whatever. Paint anything. It doesn't have to even be a bee. Antique White Becky. So let's see. Hi, Denise from, is that say Dallas, Georgia? Gosh, the comment went by so fast. Let me look down here. Hi, Jamie. Good afternoon. Yes. Hi, Peggy. Yes, we'll get y'all the tracers. No worry. I kind of think they're already in this group, to be honest. Dallas, Georgia. Thank you, Becky. I don't think you can actually sprinkle from this group, but you can tell people. So, definitely tell people to follow Art and Grace and to come on into this group. I've already watched like 4 tutorials today. There's excellent projects and excellent techniques. So yes, get your friends in here. That is actually all I'm going to trace right now, so I can do my background color, and then I'll finish once that dries. So let's just go ahead and get some color on this. And did we pick a color for the background? You see that this carbon paper I have, it's new, and so it's very, it smears really easily if you're not careful. So it's okay though, because oh good, it is in the group, Marty. It did sprinkle. Okay, well, awesome. Because we definitely want more people in the group, because, when people are giving away free, free tutorials and tracers and stuff, plus, don't we all want these ladies and to get more exposure, right? So share, tell your friends, make a post about it. Of course, if you do one of our items and you create something, gosh, please post the picture. Come back to this post or to this video and post it underneath, or whoever's you do, so that they can see, because that's a huge blessing. So when we see you guys do something that we taught, it's so awesome. We love it. So don't forget to do that. Anyway, I'm just trying to get some of that off. It's okay though. So let me see. You guys are awesome. Thank you for doing that. Love you guys so much. So we have a couple of creams. Any other colors here? Of course, the Beehive will be yellow. Ooh, lavender. Linda, somebody said lavender last night, and I love that idea. I did that, the bike that I did, they talked about lavender. Black. Ooh, black would be pretty, April, with that yellow. The black might be a nice choice for something different. What do y'all think? Coral. I love coral. Oh, I love coral. And green. Now, y'all, okay, I need a few more. So somebody come and narrow it down. I like anything. I like all that. Hi, Minetta. Good afternoon. I'm so glad you popped in here. Awesome to see you. I love seeing your pictures. Like you're good at selfies, and I love seeing you. I've had to force myself to adapt because I have virtually no pictures. Laguna Blue. I've got to pick a color, y'all, and I'm having the hardest time because I love all of your suggestions. So coral would be pretty. Of course, we've got the blue already here. You know, black would be pretty because of the yellow. That would be a big pop. Y'all want to do black? Is that just crazy? Okay, Linda says black too. Let's do some black. We'll just see what we think, right? If we don't like it, it's okay. I mean, that's the only way to know. Now, I will say, before you do one of your own, do it on a sketch pad or something so that if you don't love it, you don't ruin it. Of course, you could sand it off, but you know what I mean. Yes, it's a huge blessing and compliment if you guys share and tell your friends and all that stuff. And I know I'm not even supposed to say that word, am I? But you know. So I'm going to do my background so that that can be drying, because after that I'll need my words. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of go through here and start. I probably am going to regret putting those bracelets on to paint. I don't usually do that. And my son and his girlfriend are coming over, and I haven't seen them, especially her. I've seen him a little more recent than her, but you know, when, especially like I know some of y'all on here have grown kids, and when you haven't seen them in a while, you're just dying to see them. And now I know how my mom felt, because, you know, we're always so busy, and you know how it's hard to make a trip, and, you know, but she would just be so excited and so happy to see us. And now I know that feeling. So do y'all have grandkids and you know what I'm talking about? Probably doesn't matter if your kids are, you know, have kids themselves, or if it's just them you miss, but it's just so special when they get to come home and spend time. We'll cook dinner and all that good stuff. So they're probably on their way, and I'm just kind of ready to see them. And so I just went ahead and I'm wearing what I'm going to be wearing tonight. Has anybody else had kids or grandkids over, and you know that feeling that I'm talking about of just been dying to see them? So this is super easy. If I mess up, it's not a big deal. You do not have to be super exact. And I'm going to show you another thing that you can do. Well, I was going to say, if you want this tracer, this is probably not probably the tracer that is in this group is the one I sent before, which is this one. And that's what I've been doing myself, is this one. I was just tired of it, so I, got this one. But here's what the first tracer looks like. So it's super cute, and this is probably my favorite shape, but since I had done several, I decided to go with this one. But, even if you got this tracer, you can cut it off. So when you find things you want to do, you can always tweak them to fit your design, the size of your item. You could just cut that off right across, and you've got that other shape that I did. So, like I said, if I mess up, I'm not worried about it, because either it can be corrected or it's just part of it. Oh, April, wait, what? Wait, you don't have grandkids. April, you can't have grandkids. No way. Oh, Becky, I understand. No big deal. Peggy, I am not positive where the tracers are. Let me tell you, if it's not already in here, you can, do you want it right now, Peggy? Let me ask you that, because if not, I can get it for you as soon as this is over. If you want it right now, like to paint along, I can send you to my page, which is the Art Grace Paint. My page is Art and Grace, but if you search Art Grace Paint, then that is where it is. I've got a post, and it says get the tracer here. And so, but if you're trying to paint along, yeah, that's what I would do. Oh, Linda, I love that. April, you are too young. That is crazy, girl. I don't know about that. I think I'm gonna need you to see your driver's license. I don't know. Sometimes when I hear people say how old they are, I'm stunned, because I think the older I get, the younger everybody looks. I think everybody looks young because I'm used to seeing myself, I think. You know, my mom used to say, I would take her to the doctor and she'd go, well, he's just a kid. I'm like, well, he's not a kid because he's been through medical school. But, you know, the older you get, the younger people do look. So what are you ladies doing on this great Saturday? I hope it's beautiful where you live, or at least you got some sun. And have you guys seen all the other crafters and presenters and been having a blast? I think it would be just the funnest, and I've done it before, it's just been a while, where you take a whole Saturday and just watch tutorials and craft and paint and whatever you want to do, and maybe even go to the craft store and pick up supplies. Just not a care in the world, no cleaning, no laundry, no cooking. Okay, you're just watching. Okay, well, I promise I'll get it to you, Peggy. I think it's always good to get those tracers. And even if you don't paint it right then, you know, maybe even 6 months down the road you decide, you know, and that way you have it. Because there's a lot of times I see something and wish I, you know, think about later like, oh, I wish I had that tracer I saw, or I wish I had that, you know. And then you can't find it when you need it. So you see how fast this background goes. And that's with me chatting and looking at my computer. So you can do yours even faster. And I could switch to a detail brush here and get really careful. But if y'all know me, you know I'm just gonna do my best, and that is good enough. One thing I like about handmade crafts is that it's literally that they're not perfect, because to me it's kind of special to have something that nobody else has. So, you know, sometimes you go to Hobby Lobby or somewhere and there are great things and I do buy them, but when you make it yourself, you know, you have that pride about it, and you can also personalize it. So I could put on here Mimi's Kitchen and have, you know, whatever. So I kind of like that. Oh, cool. So y'all already had a busy day. Yes, the blue background, it is this one. And then on the back, I'm going to show you, this one is one that I started to do and then turned it over and actually did. But I just attached this with hot glue. I actually recommend using a staple gun, not a stapler, but an actual staple gun to staple that jute in there. And then you know it's super secure. But I did put the hot glue very thick, and I put the hot glue down, put the jute, and then another layer of hot glue. So I think that will hold fine. I've done them that way before and they did. But typically these things, I have them seasonally. So like this bee design, I'm not going to have up in 6 months probably. So they hold fine. Okay, so let's go on and do we've got our little design down, and we'll go ahead and do some yellow for the beehive. And you can use whatever yellow you have. I'm probably going to use both of these, but because this one is running out, but a lot of times I will just mix to get a couple of different shades of yellow. Oh, good, Linda. Are you going to do the back? That back was fun to do, and I think it turned out so cute. It makes me happy. I think the yellow, I just really like the yellow. And I was telling everybody, I haven't done much with yellow. It's just not one of my go-to. My go-tos are pink and blue and aqua and turquoise and, you know, I don't know, just those kind of colors. So on the Beehive, it's just as simple as getting this colored in, shaded in, and then kind of go back and add some highlights with your lighter color. So I love using a round brush on this because of the curves of the Beehive, and it just works perfect. There's no, you don't have to make this super neat. I'm just kind of getting it on here and getting it covered. This comes together really fast, and because it's on a wood surface, it dries fast. So you could make this right now and give it to someone as a gift tonight. Well, I take that back, because if I was giving it as a gift, I would seal it. I use either ModPodge or triple thick, and on something this large, I would probably use ModPodge. I'm going to be honest, because it's cheaper. The triple thick is my favorite sealer. It gives a really good glossy finish. It's just more expensive, and so if that's not a problem for you, then triple thick would be the best, I think. It just gives a really nice glossy finish. And it's by Deco Art if you haven't used it before. And I can show you, if anybody wants to see it, tell me and I'll show you my bottle. Okay. So see how fast that went on? And you can't see, I know, but it's already drying. The wood, even though I've got the base coat, it just dries really fast. I'm going to not clean my brush. I'm just going to go into my lighter yellow and put some of that. It doesn't have to be any certain way. As you can see, we're putting it on haphazard. We're just kind of brushing it across, but it's going to give that kind of design look that I want. Having a really light touch just to kind of, I want it to lay on top of the darker yellow. I don't want it to really blend. So just a light touch. Okay. You can always go back and okay. That is how fast this can go together. Oh, how funny. Heidi does go fast and talks 90 to nothing. I've never seen anything like it. At the, I helped her at the party the other night at Billy Bob's, and I was like, take a drink of water. I would be dying. She was just talking nonstop for hours with no water. I was like, she's pretty amazing to see in action for sure. Oh, thanks, Ilya. Yeah, so that goes on real quick. And like I said, it dries real quick, so you're all good. You can have a hairdryer handy. Look at y'all. Thank you for the laughs. I love seeing that. I look up and see things floating, and I'm just, happy. ADD, yeah. She is a mess. Hi, Linda. How are you? Glad you're here. Okay, so we've got this so far. I'm going to do something up here. I'll, have it coming from a tree. So I'll put a little green. And then we'll go right into doing our letters after that. So, you can do this any way you want. If you want to actually do a whole branch and some leaves, I think it'd be super cute. I am a turner. I turn my canvas or my whatever I'm working on to get the best, you know, angle. So, you know, if you wanted to, look what we could do. Oh, no problem, Linda. Never a problem. You guys pop in anytime and pop out, and you know, there's always a replay. So I'm going to come in here with my brown and just mix right here on the actual item. So mix some of that brown and green together and get a little branch going. I don't want just a solid brown because I don't think it'd be very pretty against the black. So I am doing some of the brown with the green. And then we'll put some leaves coming off. Y'all like the leaves and the branch? I mean, I just think sometimes, you know, it adds interest to have more stuff like that. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow in here, and that's going to give me a little highlight and kind of give us a little lime green in here. Hope I was on camera when I did that. Yes, Linda, there's a tracer, and I know several of you guys are in Grace. So in Grace, you just go in there and find the post about this, and it is underneath that post. So you just look in the comments and you'll be able to print it straight from there. And for anybody else, you can type, sorry, the UPS guy just walked up, so my dog's going nuts. Anybody else, just type tracer and we'll be sure and get it to you. It may be already here in the group, and if it's not, it's on my page, Art and Grace. Just find the post and you'll be able to print it. But you can type tracer and I'll help you to be sure that you get it. I need some help here. My family's here. I wish they'd come get that dog. Might as well just let y'all listen. It's crazy. She's a mess. Thank you. He like, wait. Okay, so I'm actually ready to go ahead and do my lettering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my tracer. I'm going to cut out just the lettering. If you make your own, you can just go on Word or whatever program that you have, and you can type out whatever you want it to say. So if you wanted it to say Mimi's Beehive or whatever, home is where Mimi is, you know, whatever, then just type it out and print it, and you can work with the, you know, the sizing to get it the size you want for your surface. But that is going to work perfect here. So that's what I do. I will grab my tape. Ooh, I just had it and I didn't mean to put it up. So I'll grab my tape and tape it down when I get it centered. And I really just eyeball it. So that's about the center, and that's about the center. And then I'm going to tape it down. And then I'm going to put my little carbon paper under it. And even though it's black, I think it's going to show up good enough for me to get this on. So let me just take a peek. It's there, but it's kind of light. So let me try this. There's several ways you can do this on black. You can definitely use chalk. So you could do chalk on the back of this and try that. But let me see if this is going to work, if this lead will transfer better. Yeah, so that's what I'll do, is I'm just going to take my pencil And I'm gonna go over these words very fast, no big deal. And in probably 30 seconds, 45 seconds, I've got it done, and I can trace it onto my black background. So, okay, so now we put it back center. If it's not perfect, that's okay. And if you guys are leaving me comments, thank you. That makes my day. And I will go back and read them when I'm done. It's really funny because now my husband knows that's like part of my favorite part is to just see what people say, because a lot of times, you know, we're just chatting in here and I'll ask questions like, you know, where do you live or whatever, and I'll say, hey, where's the Adirondack Mountains again? And you know, like I'll ask him, so he enjoys. That's just part of my routine. When I get done, I go in there, we sit down, and well, he's usually sitting, and I just kind of go through and chit chat and answer any questions and that kind of thing, and it's really fun for us. So thank y'all for doing that. We love it. I love it. Okay, so let me show you up close. And I don't know if the lighting is good enough, if you can see. But you can see that pencil letter, at least I can. So I think white would be good. And I'll tell you, you can use a brush and paint. You can also use a paint marker. Let me show you what I use. So Posca pens are excellent. It's a really good quality paint marker if anybody wants to screenshot. And this one is a 5mm. It's a pretty thick one. I would probably go with a 3, which is this one. So that's a 3mm. Let me see if this has good ink and or good paint. And if it does, I'll use that and show y'all how it works. So this is just a really easy way to do it. I know you probably can't see with my hand in the way, can you? And actually, a lot of times, I really don't even necessarily do it exactly like I traced it. You know, but it's you can, and then it looks even neater, but look how fast. So hand lettering with a paintbrush will take you longer usually, but so a lot of times the Posca pen is nice to have if you're in a hurry. But that's that, and I will go over it again usually. The one coat on black probably won't be great coverage. You do? You love them? I do too, April. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Oh, thanks, Peggy. Anna, you've never used, wait, chalk or soap? Soap? Soap on the back of this? Is that what you're saying? Yes, white graphite. I probably have some. I just like to show different ways for people that may not have all the supplies that I have. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad y'all like the Beehive. I just am into bees right now. So thank you. And I will finish reading the comments later. So let's see. Now we'll do a border, and I think, should we do something different? Because this is the second time I've done, they look like hearts. It's just like a little border, and I call them leaves, but they really are like a heart. And I don't know if it's gonna, to me it looks blurry, so I don't know if y'all can see them, but maybe y'all can see better than I can. So maybe we want to do flowers. What if we did flowers? We could do coral or pink. What do y'all think? Or do you like the greenery? Let's take a vote. We'll see what y'all think. So coral, pink. I think all those would be really pretty with what we have going on. But I'm happy to do greenery if that's what y'all prefer. Marty says flowers. Has anybody had a cherry limeade yet this season? Oh my gosh. I try not to get them very often because, you know, the sugar, but yeah, they're good. Flowers. Okay. Now, different color or one color? I'm going to let y'all pick the whole thing. Hey, Shar, how are you? Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Your flower was gorgeous. So Shar was the presenter right before me. Did you guys see her? If you did, say great job, Shar, because her flower was amazing. And she tells a story about its, I guess, meaning or just a, what do you call it? A story of folklore? Not a folklore, but anyway, she just gives some interesting information. So you should go back and watch it if you haven't. Bumblebee tracks, how cute. But wouldn't that need to be white? That would be really cute. I actually thought about putting a bumblebee on this one. Oh, hi Melissa, how are you? And how are you feeling and your eyes doing? Different colors. Okay, we'll do some flowers, and if I have time, I'll put a bee. Yes, go watch the replay. It's gorgeous. I'm definitely gonna, I want to try to paint it. I just didn't have time today. There's so much going on. Actually, I'll use what's left of this. Dogwood flower. Yeah, dogwood flower. I couldn't think of the name of it. So many creative people that I love to watch, and you just learn something from everybody. So these groups have been a real blessing and a real, they're just great. I love getting to collaborate with ladies and usually get exposed to people that you didn't know before or didn't know well before. So I hope that you guys take advantage and follow everybody. You're just weak. I'm so sorry. Well, maybe when this is all over, you're going to be like better than before, you know? Well, you will be, so. It stinks to have to go through it. Okay, so we'll just start plopping down what I refer to as my easy flowers. I kind of do a little messy circle, and I'm not going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to put it here and there, so watch. We'll just come down here, and we're going to do that all the way around with all of our colors, and it'll fill it in. By the way, I said go follow everybody. When you do, please don't just follow, because you still won't know about anyone's stuff. Facebook has made a lot of changes, as you know. I'm sure everybody's aware, and you really have to go in and change your follow settings. So it's a little bit of a hassle, but that way, when you find the people that you enjoy seeing their tutorials, or you know, they give you a lot of things that you want to see, be sure and check that you're getting notified, because if you don't change those follow settings, you miss a lot. And I know many of us do a lot of giveaways, and so while we go live, we'll say, hey, if you sprinkle this video, we're going to give away this at the end or whatever. And I've had a lot of people say, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were live. I'm so sorry. You know, so just be sure and check your follow settings. That's my advice, because I have to do that all the time. And even sometimes when you think you're following, you've maybe changed them before. Somehow when there's an update with Facebook, it will go back. So just an FYI tip from me is to check those settings. And if you want to be notified when I go live, I would love that. I have a little service, and you can type the @ sign, the ampersand, or the not the ampersand, but the @ sign. So @ArtGraceTX, ArtGraceTX, and you send that to 81010. And then I send you a text before I go live. I don't bug you. I don't text you. That's the only time you'll get one is when I go live. I'll send you a text going, hey, I'm going live at 2 o'clock or whatever. And that's it. And so tell me in here, I know some of you guys get it, right? Oh, good, Angela. So you changed them for the group? That's perfect, because that is it. Change them for the groups and the people you follow, and that way you're in the know and you don't miss out on anything, you know, because sometimes, like I said about the giveaways, I mean, we can watch replays, but sometimes you want to even just support the person. I mean, I love to just at least pop in as long as I can. If I can't stay the whole entire time, I like to stay for a little bit. I am going to put a little yellow in these while they're wet. I got a lot on that brush. Let me get some off. So I'm just going to kind of go in here. And as you see, I am just kind of dotting it in here haphazardly on little tiny flowers like this. I don't see any reason to try to get detailed. I just kind of mix the colors together. I do love painting flowers though. Okay. Oh, you got it, Christina? Good. Yeah. I think I said, I'm going live now. I usually don't give a lot of note. I mean, I just tell you when I'm going live, and if you're available, you know, great, and if you're not, don't feel bad. I think on this one I'm going to do, yeah, this pretty purple next to it. I think I'm going to fit one more in there too. You can put white down before you do your flowers if you want to, but to save time, I'm not. I'm just going in with the color. And this is Vivid Violet, I think. No, this is Magenta. It's very similar to Vivid Violet. And I'm using Deco Art paint. That's my favorite. I've used all of it, and I can use most things, but why not just get the one I love, you know? So I use Deco Art. They have gorgeous colors and they cover well. It's not thin. Oh, do you, Linda? Oh, April, awesome. Did you get, if somebody wants to type that in there for me, that would help the ones that want to sign up for text. So it's the @ ArtGraceTX. And you send that to 81010. I just want to be sure that I don't go over. Okay. Y'all, I love the flowers so far. Okay, Debbie, it was good to see you on here. And I'm glad you're safely to California. Hi, Amy. I didn't see you pop in. How are you, girl? Yes, I do, Linda. Are you not on my text? I thought you were. I feel like I just saw myself in the, I feel like I have a big curl right there. Okay, so let's do a little yellow. Even though we've got yellow on here, I think yellow is going to be really pretty to put in there as well. So let me pop a little pink in here. And if you have little kids, print out the little tracer and let them color it. I mean, kids love, you know, you'd be surprised. Tell them to make somebody a card, or another thing those little tracers are good for is keeping kids busy. And I'm going to use this lighter yellow and then put the darker on top. You notice that I've got space, extra space, right? So am I stressed about it? No, don't care. I'm going to plop another flower in there and it's going to be just fine. And when it's done, it will not matter. So don't, you know, I just say don't be fussy. Don't be fussy about it. Just kind of do whatever you're doing and just have fun with it. Use art to relax and de-stress, and don't think, oh, but mine doesn't look good, or I can't show anybody. Don't do it. Art is healing. Art is therapeutic. Art is good. You know, God is the master creator. He created us to create, and so when you do create something, be proud of it. Because there's some people who would love to be able to have supplies, but they can't afford them. So if you can have the supplies and create something, be proud of it. And also, you can use your art to bless other people, because maybe you have an elderly neighbor and you think that your art is terrible and you don't want to put it on Facebook. But guess what? Your elderly neighbor, she might cry because she'd be so happy to receive a gift of art, whether it's on a piece of paper or a card or a canvas. It doesn't matter. I promise you, there's somebody who would just be joy-filled by getting your art. So remember that. And go ahead and create. You see how I'm not overthinking this either. I'm just circling on some little colors. Carrot art. Okay, that was just for that one event. So, yeah. Thanks, Melissa. Yes, Linda. Smart. In fact, let's do it. Okay, y'all. I'm winding down here. I want to put some details on, so I've got a couple of seconds that I can do this. And then I'll finish up the details. Ooh, that green was a great call, Linda. My Texas sister, thank you. I'm still going to put another flower in there because that's a big gap, but this was a great idea. It's another reason I love having you guys pop in with me, because when I am tired and can't think straight, or don't see something that you guys see, then y'all can help us. So thanks. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so for this one, let's just plop a purple. Even though there's another one close, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to notice. We'll put in some coral to make it look a little different. so it'll be fun. Okay, y'all like so far? So far. Why can I not hold this right? It's just because everything's backwards and it's weird when I hold it up. Hopefully y'all can see that good. Hi, Anna. Oh, she's laughing. Have you been here the whole time, Anna? You've been awful quiet, or at least I have not seen. So maybe you've been here talking away and I didn't notice. Okay, for details, I didn't even draw my bee, but I would put a white base down for your bee, and I'll just do it with this. So wherever you want your bee, just draw a little bee shape. I mean, it does not have to be perfect. I think it kind of comes down into a point, doesn't it? And then the wings, like that. And then we'll paint that. At art, nope, it's the at sign like you have it, and then Art Grace TX. Art Grace TX. Normally you'd let that dry, but as you see, I'm going right ahead and painting. We'll put yellow in between there too. I can add some details later and show y'all the picture. This is not my best detail brush, but it'll be okay. I'm on a mission to get this done for y'all before. So the antennas are not going to show up on this black. That's okay. But I'm going to go in here and put a couple of little arms or whatever they are. I'll still put a leg. I might put a highlight on it and you'll be able to see it. Like I said, this isn't the best detail brush, but what I do is draw just some kind of squigglies. That was way, way too big. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I don't know where my baby wipes are. Oh well, I think I'm probably going to remove that and do the right. But what I would normally want to do is a squiggly light. It's just this brush is thick. Like that. You know, more of a small squiggly. You get the idea. And then the yellow on the bee. Took my time. See, my time's up. Art Grace TX. Yes, Linda. Okay, guys. So it's not perfect because I kind of hurried at the end, but you get the idea. They're easy to make, easy to paint. Get your wood at Michael's. What else? The tracer I've got for you. Anybody have any questions, comments? Oh, good. Hey, Becky, never a worry. No, you know, I'm here. I'm here. Pop in, paint when you can, watch the replay. I've got YouTube. I've got all the places. So, you know, if you ever want to see something and you missed it, just ask me. Thanks. Well, sure, thank you, because, you know, I did kind of hurry at the end, but thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Please go follow the other presenters. I beg of you, just try to at least pop in or go back and watch tomorrow or when you have time, because I want to support these ladies. They are fantastic. You know, we're all trying to build a business, so I love supporting other artists, so do that for me. The wood slice is a size medium, and let's see, they vary in size. I was gonna see, yeah, I do. I was gonna measure. This one's probably a 7 by 9-ish. It's 8 by 9. So they just vary. This is the same exact price, and it's a medium, and it's an 8 or 8 1/4 by 11. So that's what I mean. They kind of give you different shapes, and they vary in size. And so when you do a tracer, you might have to adjust it, adjust your settings to whether your printer prints it larger or smaller to make it fit perfect. But they're just fun to paint on, and so yeah. Oh yeah, yes. When there are free groups giving free tutorials, yes, yes, yes. It's a huge blessing to all of us. So, this one, Marty, is this what you're asking about? What size? If so, it was 8 by 9, I believe. 8 by 9. Yes, 8 by 9. All right, girls, thank you so much. Come follow me over at Art and Grace if you're not already. If you are, thank you. I appreciate every last one of you so much, and most of you are like friends now, so thank you. If you're watching the replay, if you'll put hashtag replay so I know you were here. It's always fun to see who came by. So thanks again, and y'all go watch the next one. I'm sorry I don't know who it is. If anybody does, will you type it below? That would help me. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Bye.